today the Pan-African Parliament will witness the swearing in of new members of its continental legislature. Now, new members from South Africa will take their seats. And for more on this story, we now bring in SABC News International Editor Sophie Mokoena, who now joins us. Sophie, so how important is this session of PAP?
Well, normally the Pan-African Parliament is supposed to play an important role in terms of ensuring that the synergy on the continent, particularly in relation to the work of the African Union, where members of parliament from different countries on the continent are able to make meaningful input in terms of holding the executive on the continent accountable. But unfortunately, the Pan-African Parliament in recent times, it has really lost its spark. You know that it is often affected by internal challenges such as accountability, particularly financial accountability. You know that the past last sessions could not even sit because there was no money, and therefore the legislature couldn't do its work. And even now, much as you see this long program, there are questions around accountability and the use of funds, which has led to many South Africans in particular questioning the role of South Africa in terms of supporting the legislature financially and its viability. But it is supposed to be an important institution on the continent on behalf of the citizens of the continent.
And Sophie, you just mentioned some of those challenges that the Pan-African Parliament continues to face, one of those challenges being financial challenges. And how has PAP resolved its financial challenges, or at least how is it navigating those challenges it faces?
Well, it's quite difficult because the Finance Committee has been battling to get answers in terms of how money was utilized previously. We don't know. Perhaps this time around there will be members of Parliament who will ensure that they turn the situation around and there is accountability in terms of the use of funds, because you can't have a situation where people who are supposed to hold the executive accountable, they themselves are not accountable and they are not able to use or utilize funds properly and also account to the citizens of this continent. Because you know that this institution does get funding from donor countries, but also from the African Union and individuals who want to assist this institution, and therefore the issue of accountability is quite important. We know that people often talk about corruption on the continent, and you can't have a situation where the legislature, the continental body, is not able to account and also to ensure that it does discharge its responsibility in a proper manner, so that it can set an example in terms of member countries and the legislatures where they come from.
And just a quick one, Sophie, as you rightfully mentioned also, there has been criticism that leaders of the Pan-African Parliament have failed to account in terms of the financial statements. What has the reaction from the members on this matter been?
Some countries have been quite vocal. I know Chad, I know Zambia have been vocal in terms of demanding accountability. But you have a situation where countries, some of them are rallying behind leaders and therefore don't want these issues to be brought forward and to be entertained. And therefore, let's hope that this time around things will be different and the new members of the Pan-African Parliament will really demand accountability, because this is what leadership is all about.